Okay, hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm in an amazingly good mood today and I have no idea why. And I really wish I did because I could bottle it and have it for breakfast. But alas, I don't know why. Anyhow, the only bummer tonight is that this delicious quick recipe that I'm going to prepare is only for myself. The reason you ask is because most of the ingredients in this recipe are enemies of my lovely wife. However, in her graciousness, and she believed me, she's a very kind and gracious woman, she said, please make it for yourself and enjoy. So I am doing so.
Yes, enjoy.
And that may point out why I'm in a good mood. I don't know. Okay, with that said, you're going to ask, good, I don't really need to hear all this. I'm here for a recipe. What are you cooking? I'm going to make Mexican garlic shrimp. Some might say Spanish garlic shrimp. Others might say American garlic shrimp. But it is definitely garlic shrimp. So we're going to start that today with a very few ingredients, and I'll prepare that very quickly right now. I'm going to mix smoked paprika with some salt. I'm using Himalayan pink salt, very prominent salt. Have no idea why I have it in the house. But anyway, I believe that's also something that belongs to my charming wife. So I'm just going to put in, let me check my recipe, make sure, roughly a half a teaspoon. And again, you measure. I won't necessarily do so. I may not even be able to get it out of here. All right, here we go. So we're going to mix this with smoked paprika. I highly recommend using the smoke because of the, this is rather difficult.
Keep going.
Anyway, I like the smoke savory flavor that that paprika imbibes. So I'm adding to that salt, which was roughly half a teaspoon. I'm going to put in just a quarter of a teaspoon of the paprika. Let me get out my tool. Okay. All right. Yeah, roughly a quarter teaspoon in there. All right. And then I'm just going to give it a little shake up, like so. And you can kind of see how it all begins to blend together. Let's see if you can get a good look at that there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm simply going to take, I have just 6 shrimp, that's all. I'm going to take the mixture of the salt and the paprika and dump it on, okay. All right, and I may yet put a little more salt. I do have to remember that that crunchy salt is saltier in quantity, so keep that in mind when you using it. Don't compare it to table salt. So, all right. So I'm just gonna blend them around until all the shrimp are in there. Let me rinse off my hands quickly. Okay. Now we're going to come over here to the stove. My lovely wife will roam around to get a look at the refrigerator and all the other good stuff. And I'm going to put into a pan. I'm using a cast iron pan only because I was in the mood of using a cast iron pan, and it helps me build muscles as I try to lift the thing out of the bottom drawer. So I'm just going to take the cast iron pan, heat it up, and I'm going to put in approximately a quarter cup of olive oil. Again, you can measure. I like to think I'm an expert, which of course I am not remotely. And I'm just going to start heating that up. Now again, it's because of olive oil. You don't want to get it too hot because olive oil can burn and that gets bitter. So I've had the pan heating on medium now for just a few minutes, and I'm looking to get the effect of the light on it. When I see it start to shimmer, I know it's at the right temperature. So let me get back here for a second. And to that, I'm also now going to add a third of a cup of butter. You're going to say, okay, so this is definitely not for the cholesterol heavy. Well, let's be candid. If we're going to do this, let's do it right. Okay, just give that a moment to melt down. What I was trying to emulate here is a dish we used to get 25 years ago at a local restaurant that now has closed. And they used to bring out an appetizer of these garlic Spanish shrimp, which I could have made meals out of. Matter of fact, I'm sure I had. So let me get something here to stir this around a little bit. All right. Okay. What I've got the pan on right now, again, this is an electric stove, which I'm not a big fan of, but nonetheless, I have it set just a little bit below half setting. I don't know if that's of any help to you, but I'll play with it during the course of cooking. Unfortunately, I can't help you folks with your stoves. You all got to get the hang of what your equipment works like. All right. Once this melts down, I'm going to be adding onion and garlic. Okay. Excuse me. Just want to turn that back on. That is the
mortar.
the front one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Okay. Let me just take this out and just put that there. Okay, so I'm going to be measuring out my garlic, and I've already diced, already sliced up the onion. It's just a small onion. Red onion's preferred, but any onion will work. Okay. All right. I'm going to be putting in approximately 1.5 cloves of garlic, which in minced garlic would be approximately, well, about 1, I believe. Yeah, roughly 1.25 teaspoons. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. Alrighty, comes in. There's a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. And again, you remember this is garlic shrimp, so this is not the place to be conservative with the garlic. On top of that, I'm going to add my sliced onions, and we'll saute this around a little bit. I'm going to raise the heat a bit now. All right. And if you folks have ever sauteed onions and garlic, it already smells delicious. Okay. Water come to a boil yet, babe?
It's starting, not quite.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some angel hair pasta with this. So I'm just starting the water boiling. You could eat it straight right out of the pan here when it's cooked. You can put it as a side. You can put it on top of rice, on top of any kind of pasta. Basically anything you like. All right, so we're going to be sauteing this for about 5 minutes. If you want, babe, let's our folks take a bathroom break, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're coming back here for you folks. Hopefully you had a nice rest. As you can see, these are browning it nicely. So I'm now ready to throw the shrimp in. These are the shrimp we prepared at the top of the show. Okay, there go the shrimp. Now, these probably only going to take maybe 6-7 minutes. I'm going to keep them on one side for a bit. Keep my eye on the heat. And then after a few minutes, I'm going to flip them over. So, we'll be back when we're ready to flip. Okay. Okay, as you can see, the shrimp are in. I'm ready to flip them over to the other side. I wish we had some way for you to smell this. Of course, they do
It does smell good.
All right. Also, if you look over to my wife's left, you'll see I've started the pasta. That's what I'm having with it tonight. Angel here to be exact. So that only takes about 4 minutes or so. Keep my eye on the heat loaded a little bit. Make sure I don't burn anything. Alrighty. that, I'm just going to add a splash of lime juice. I didn't have any fresh lime, so I'm going to have to just go with this. Just a splash. The actual amount that is in the recipe, of course, will be online. And to that, I'm going to add some parsley. Give that a little stir, and we're ready to go. Close off the heat. Getting there. Nice color. Now just grab some more onions. And that'll be the end of that. I'm just taking this off the heat. Alrighty. With that, you add our pasta, which hopefully will be done in...
Shortly, maybe another minute or two. I don't know.
The two
Right?
amateurs forgot to set a
Timer.
timer.
I was kind of.
Well, we're amateurs.
It's been in at least 3 minutes, at least.
Yeah, I think it's done. I don't know. You think this is an appropriate thing to get it out with?
You could
I
try.
wouldn't have done that. Alrighty. Again, folks.
Eli, you're getting in the act. You want to say hello? Eli, say hi. Oh, good boy.
Alright. This will do it for now.
He's behind you.
He won't be behind me for long. Okay, so with that, this is the way I like it. I like it cooked well. I love the onions, nice and crunchy. And as you see, you get the shrimp, which is the way it should be, and they should be very garlicky. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for enjoying my very pleasant day. And don't look for this smiling face every time. Seriously, thank you very much, folks. Take care.
Enjoy.